Bumps with Chernik. Now Zlutov tries to get it out. As they scramble for possession, Makarov finally dumps it out to center ice. Soviets 2 and Czechoslovakia nothing. Tretiak stops that. And the Soviets shoot it down the ice. And a game called on icing.
Well, again, what these European teams do, Golikov, he could have maintained possession of that puck, but he just took it and shot it down the ice because his team was in the middle of a change. They didn't want to get caught too far away, and the European teams will do this if they're in the middle of the change and they don't see an offensive opportunity. They simply ice the puck, kill the play, and then make their change.
We played 5 minutes and 50 seconds in the third period. Face off to the left of Tretiak. Milan Novi's out there with Pozar and Holinka. And the puck rolls back to Keuchel. Over to Pozar, shoots it in. Tretiak out of the net, left it there for Pervukin. Pervukin, number 5, backhands it out to center ice. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Soviets going in on goal, faking a shot, passing in front, they score! Golikov makes it 3-0.
Well, there are two happy brothers, the two Golikovs, to have the Soviets go ahead. Here's the 2-on-1 opportunity. Pervukin shoots it out. The Czechoslovakian defender isn't able to tie it up at the blue line. Here the 2-on-1 is created, faking the shot, down, holding onto it, putting it across to his brother, just putting the puck over top of Polacek. The 2-on-1 again, fake the shot, hold, defender goes down, throws it to the far side, giving that open side of the net as Polacek. You just see Golikov put it in the net as he goes behind.
Vladimir Golikov makes it 3-0 for the Soviet Union. The time of the goal, 6 minutes and 10 seconds of the third period. And that's a big goal for the Soviet Hockey Club. Petrov moves to center ice now with Mikhailov and Harlamov on the wing. Novak will take the face-off for Czechoslovakia. Martinez, number 10 on the right side. As we get set for this face-off now, we've played 6 minutes and 10 seconds in the third period. Puck rolls to Zajac. And Kaberle goes into the corner, bumped there by Mikhailov. Czechoslovakia trailing by a score of 3-0. Harlamov intercepts that pass, coming right back in towards the goal. He's hauled down, and the puck stopped there by Fetisov. Martinetko got it ahead to Novak, coming in with Augusta, and he fans on his shot, but he's jumped by Zagankov, and there'll be a penalty to Zagankov of the Soviet Union. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. Minutes and 39 seconds have been played. Zagankov penalized for the Soviet Union. And Czechoslovakia trailing 3-0. Have a power play. Peter Stastny moves out there with Chernik and Marian Stastny. As the forward unit on this power play, puck rolls into the corner. Vasiliev and Chernik bump for it. And we get another whistle.
Well, this is another key point for the Czechoslovakian team. They have to get a goal in this hockey game, and here they are on the power play. They need to come back here and get this goal, get on the scoreboard. It's very important, every goal.
Puck rolls underneath the Soviet player, Petrov, and he makes sure it stays there, and we get another whistle. With 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining in Zagankov's penalty. Now the Soviet team hold up the face-off as Petrov goes over to talk to the coach at the bench. Referee for the game is Ken Pierce of the United States. Schell of Hungary and Ferber of Sweden are the two linesmen. Puck rolls over to Chernik, trying to get it back to the point. Knocked off the puck by Mikhailov, who scoops it out to center ice. Dvorak, number 9, back inside his own blue line for Czechoslovakia. We played 7 minutes and 5 seconds in the third period. The Soviets lead 3-0. This is Peter Stastny coming to the Soviet line and over. Chernik takes the pass. Puck rolls into the corner, and the Soviets shoot it high and right down into the Czechoslovakian zone. Mikosh goes back, number 4. Setting up in this power play, 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the Soviet penalty. The Soviets lead 3-0 as Holinka winds up. Halinka passes on the left wing side. Going over the line was Pozar, but he couldn't control that pass. And it's broken up again. And Mikosh goes right back behind his own goal to start again with 53 seconds left in the penalty to Zagankov. Halinka coming up on the right wing side, in with Novi. It's offside as Pozar was over on left wing.
Well, again, we'd like to remind the sports fans that now the Soviets have the advantage in this hockey game. Here we see the Soviets moving across the line, or Czechoslovakians moving across the line. But if the Soviets can hang on to this 3-0 lead, they will win the game by 3 goals. That will mean that they not only will have won the game by a greater advantage than the previous meeting between the two teams, but it will also have the spread in the goals for and against. So it's very important that Czechoslovakia can get some goals and get back in the hockey game to remove that difference.
Bubla in behind his own net. Czechoslovakia still on the power play. 35 seconds left in the Soviet penalty. Bubla comes straight up the middle, tries to get a pass to Novi, and it hit a stick, and Halinka was offside at the Soviet blue line. 8 minutes and 9 seconds have been played now. Halinka remains out there for this face-off, and he has seen a lot of action in the game for Czechoslovakia. Mikhailov, number 13, looking on from the bench. Zlutov, number 22, into the face-off position. He's out there with Balderas. And now Billy Letnov goes off. Vasiliev switches positions as Pervukin moves to the left defensive side. Novi right from the draw, shoots it into the corner. Vasiliev goes in after it. Backhands it high and up over the glass into the crowd out of play. And there are now 22 seconds remaining in the Soviet penalty. Face off to the right of Tretiak. 3-0 for the Soviet Union over Czechoslovakia. This game live on the full CTV network from Prague, Czechoslovakia. Here's Halinka in the corner, chased by Vasiliev. Pass comes back to the line. Bubla getting set, gets a shot away. Tretiak takes no chances and smothers it quickly.
Well, so far the Czechoslovakian power play hasn't been as awesome as it was earlier in the tournament. In fact, the difference in the previous game with the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia had 2 power play goals, and that was the edge that they needed to win that previous hockey game 6-4.
7 seconds left in the penalty. Halinka slaps the puck back to Bubla. Bubla into the corner to Novi. Novi trying to get someone in scoring position. Shoots in front. They score! Halinka scores for Czechoslovakia.
Well, just as we said it, there it was. Halinka gets it back on the scoreboard here. The first power play goal, Zagankov just came out of the box, but Halinka was able to get in front of Tretiak, control that puck, and put it over. Here it comes back to Bubla. He moves it into the corner. Now watch Halinka move right in front. At the far side, his teammate is holding off the other Soviet defender, gives him time to come back and put it high up over. But this is what the Europeans do. They have that interference or screening. Look at his teammate holding that other defender off so he has enough room to make the move and put it up over Tretiak.
And the time of the goal, 8 minutes and 42 seconds. The first goal of the game for Czechoslovakia. And it's their very popular captain, Halinka, getting the goal at 8:42. And it's 3-1 for the Soviet Union. Both teams at full strength. The puck goes over to Lebedev. Lebedev is bumped against the boards there on the far side by Augusta, and we get a whistle. Soviets 3 and Czechoslovakia 1. And that has brought the crowd to life here in Prague. Off the boards, Augusta tries to clear it in. It's shot into the corner. Martinez spun around by Fedosov, rolling puck in front, and covering up was Alexander Golikov. Golikov racing back for the Soviets. Shoots it right to Holacek. Over to Martinez. Martinez over to an open wing. Augusta goes after it. Got it into the Soviet zone on a weak backhander. Zagankov covers up. He's bumped against the boards, and Lebedev brings it out. Lebedev to center ice. Coming over the line is Golikov. Stops. Back to Fedosov. His shot deflected in front. Back to Zlutov. And a good defensive play by Caberly as he covers up.
Well, we have to keep reminding the fans at home now, if this 2-goal margin stays the way it is, it means that they each have a win against one another. The margin in each of the games was still 2 goals, so they go to the third, which is they look at the goals for and against for each of the teams throughout the tournament, and at the present time, the Soviets have an edge. So it's very important that Czechoslovakia gets another goal here. Even if they lose this game by only 1 goal, they will still be the world's champions because they have the edge in the goals in the 2 games.
And we played 9 minutes and 31 seconds in the third period. 3-1 for the Soviet Union. That backhand shot from Zagankov goes wide. Mikosh tries to get it out. Fetisov keeps it in. And his shot bounced off Mikosh and went wide. Now Chernik will try. Chernik brings it out for Czechoslovakia. Coming up over the Soviet line. Passes in front, and Peter Stastny couldn't get a shot away as it's shot right back out. 4 seconds before the midway point of the third period. And there the horn goes. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. And welcome back to Prague, Czechoslovakia for the final 10 minutes between the Soviet Union and Czechoslovakia, with the Soviets leading 3-1. This is Bernie Pascal along with Tom Watt and Bill Stevenson. And a capacity crowd here in Prague. Keuchel at his own blue line. Swings away from Zlukov, gets a long shot. That missed the net, came in front. Oh, and Tretiak made a great save there as the Soviets come racing right back now. This is Balderas coming over the line. Drops the puck into the corner. Vasiliev bumped against the boards by Halinka. Halinka goes after it. Vasiliev again pins him there. And they hold it for another whistle.
Well, that was very, very close. Here's the first shot from outside. It hits the boards, and the boards here are very quick. It comes right back out in front. Tretiak loses it. There's the second shot, and he has to make the great stop after that puck comes off the back boards.
Both teams are at full strength. 3-1 for the Soviet Union. Richter swinging away. Coming out now to center ice. Up over the line. Keuchel's shot goes wide, and the Soviets have the puck inside their own zone. Zlukov to center to Balderas. Balderas stopped inside the line, and the puck rolls to Bubla. Bubla, number 19. Coming out for Czechoslovakia. Pozar on the left takes the pass, has trouble with it. Got a shot that went sailing through the crease. Richter bumps on the far side with Kapustin. And Zlukov, another pass intended this time for Balderas. And it's called for icing against the Soviet Union.
Again, we keep reminding you fans now that it's important. The Soviets must win this hockey game by 2 goals if they want the gold medal. If they win by 1 or it's a tie, they are not the gold medalists. Czechoslovakia will again be the champions of the world.
And the fans really have come to life here in Prague after that last goal scored by Halinka to cut the margin to 3-1. Harlamov bumps into Kaberle. Can't get it out, but he's helped out there by Petrov. And he has trouble with it. Petrov gets it again. Pass on the right side to Mikhailov. Mikhailov chasing Zajac in behind his own goal. Zajac stopped by Valery Harlamov. Kaberle goes in to help out. Gets the puck ahead. And Richter coming out on the left side. Dropped it back. There's a chance for Augusta. Augusta going over the line, and he's tied up. Puck taken into the corner by Zagankov. Martinez. He's tied up there by Petrov. Can't get a pass in front. Rolls in behind the net. There's a chance at the line. That shot hit a Soviet player and goes wide. And Harlamov brings it out to the Czechoslovakian line and over, where he bumps with Zajac. Martinez in the corner. And we have exactly 8 minutes remaining in the game. The puck into the Soviet zone. Zagankov and Chernik collided, and the fans looking for a penalty there, but the referee Pierce says no, and rightly so. Puck taken into the corner. Harlamov bumps with Kaberle, and the puck goes to Zajac. Zajac coming out for Czechoslovakia to Marian Stastny. Going in with Peter Stastny over the line, a pass in front, and that shot, Tretiak stopped Peter Stastny. Soviets leading 3-1, and we played 12 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third period. And the Soviet player Harlamov ices the puck. And the face-off brought back into the Soviet zone.
Well, the fans here are in a frenzy with Czechoslovakia trying to put their charges on here. Get a goal, get a goal, get a goal. Because if they get that one goal, they will remain the world champions. They can't lose this hockey game by 2 goals to the Soviets.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to convey our thanks to the folks at Carling O'Keefe for their great support of Team Canada and the sponsorship of our telecast on the full CTV network. Likes of George Fuller, Julian Klimkew, Pierre Lacroix, Dave Lewis, and the rest of the Carling folks have been a big help and great supporters of Team Canada. And Canada earlier today winning the bronze medal with the 3-2 victory over Sweden. 3-1 here for the Soviets over Czechoslovakia. Halinka into the face-off position. Puck is dropped, rolled outside the line, and it's brought out by Golikov over the Czechoslovakian line to Lebedev. Lebedev watched in the corner by Keuchel. Lebedev still goes after it, gets a pass back in front, and it's intercepted and brought back out by the Soviets. Or by Czechoslovakia. Halinka over to Richter, and a delayed offside and called at the Soviet blue line.
Well, Richter very good with his skate there. Watch this little pass. The puck, he loses control of it. Look, he just takes that on his skate, brings it back onto his stick, but unfortunately Halinka is in there beside him. But a very good skillful play by Richter, bringing that pass back onto his skate to regain possession of the puck. Balderas, Petrov, and Golikov have scored the goals for the Soviet Union. Halinka has scored for Czechoslovakia. Puck loose at center. Golikov had it momentarily. It rolls into the Soviet zone. Pervukin in front of his own net. And the pass comes over to Lebedev on right wing. Lebedev, number 11, bumped against the boards by Pozar. Goes back after it. Passed in front. Richter knocked that down. Rolls back. There's a shot. And it was deflected in front as Golikov let that one fly. Czechoslovakia having trouble getting it out of their own zone. Lebedev is pinned against the boards. Puck rolls loose. Back to the line, deflected. And that just sailed wide of goaltender Holacek. Another shot, and that hit the side of the net. Lebedev clears it in front, and finally they get it out to center ice with Vasiliev after it. Vasiliev, a lead pass for Golikov. Delayed offside inside the Czechoslovakian line. Brought out by the Czechoslovakian player. Halinka passes in front. Bubla shoots. And he didn't really get good wood on that, but the save was made by Tretiak. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. We have 5 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the third period. The Soviets leading 3-1. Martinez bumps with Fedosov. Fedosov got the puck out, and it's shot into the Czechoslovakian zone with Zajac back after it. Augusta, number 16, goes in behind his own goal. Watch there. Now leads the Czechoslovakian attack. Coming straight up the middle. Both teams at full strength. Shoots it into the corner. Fedosov goes in quickly after it and gets there for the Soviets, but can't get it out. Zajac gets a shot, deflected in front, and Tretiak covered up. Off the boards, Fedosov bumps. Augusta goes in after it. He's turned around by Zlukov. The puck rolls to Novi. Novi pins the Soviet player. Now 2 players collide, and Zlukov gets it outside the line. And we have exactly 5 minutes remaining. Taking a shot, moving towards the goal. A pass in front, and that's intercepted by Billy Letnov as he's bumped against the boards by Chernik. And the 2 Soviet players try to hold it there to get a whistle. Billy Letnov holding it there, and finally, whistle is blown, and we'll get that face-off. Well, the official now. Here we see the pressure being put on by the Czechoslovakian team. There's the first little deflection from in front of the net. Tretiak kicks out. Here we see Fedosov just moving it behind the net. But the official, there are a few little hooks, a few little grabs, and so on. But he's going to let the players decide this. He doesn't want to call a penalty with so much resting on this hockey game so late in the game. But he's just going to let them go. And we're into the final 4 minutes and 35 seconds. The Soviet Union leading 3-1. Earlier today, Canada won a bronze medal, defeating Sweden 3-2.
And the goal scorers for Team Canada today were Marcel Dion, Sharpley, and Hickey. Puck is dropped, comes back to Dvorak, fires it to the other side. Mikosh's shot was deflected and just went wide. Chernik bumps with the Soviet player, and it's brought out by Mikhailov, cleared to an open wing. Mikosh backhands it, hits the linesman, rolls to Fedosov at center. He's bumped by Marian Stastny to Peter Stastny, and the puck just rolled off his stick. Back come the Soviets. A good check there as Mikhailov is hit by Dvorak. Marian Stastny over the line. Back to Peter Stastny. Lets it go, and that hit his skate and went wide. Petrov off the boards to Valery Harlamov. Out with Mikhailov. Fedosov, the defenseman at the Czechoslovakian line. Harlamov is checked hard by Dvorak. And here comes Peter Stastny. Stastny back for Czechoslovakia to Chernik. Chernik into the corner, and he's bumped by Zagankov. And we've played 16 minutes and 21 seconds.
Well, the tension in the building now is rising because it's very important. You can hear the little murmur in the crowd from everybody, and here they go, start yelling for their hometown Czechoslovakian national team, because this is very important. They need a goal late in this hockey game. If they can come back with one goal, even though they lose the game, they can retain the World's Hockey Championship and the gold medal.
Soviets leading 3-1. Face off to the right of Tretiak. And the big line out there now. There's a shot, and Tretiak somehow saw that and deflected it into the corner. And on that other shot, he holds on, and we get a whistle. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. And play just underway with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Here in the third period, Hlinka coming out for Czechoslovakia, pass to Keuchel, and that was too far. He couldn't reach it. Delayed offside at the Soviet line. And we have now 3 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Well, on a delayed offside like that, it's very important you jump in. The Soviet team, they were content not to get that puck. If they could retain possession, the official wouldn't have blown his whistle as the puck went over the line. But the Soviets just let the puck lay there. Now the face-off is in front, but they could have kept possession of the puck. But they felt it was more important to get the whistle and get the change, fresh troops over the boards. But here we have Milan Novi out here for, I think, only the second time in the game, the leading scorer in the Czech league. And I believe he had been hurt earlier in the tournament, but they've got him out here trying to get that goal that is going to give them the World's Championships.
And the All-Star team announced today, the 6 players, 3 from Czechoslovakia, Holacek, Bubla, and Hlinka, and 3 from the Soviet Union, Fedosov, Kapustin, and Maltsev. And the puck right from the draw is cleared up over the glass, out of play. Soviet Union leading Czechoslovakia 3-1. Novi against Luktov for this faceoff. High puck taken by Novi, and it's called offside. And the Czechoslovakian players a little upset with that call.
Well, here's the puck there. You see it just being brought in, but we see on this side, number 16 just moving across the line in front of Milan Novi.
Novi slaps it right back into the Soviet zone, and we have 3 minutes now left in the game. Kept in there by Kaberle. He's knocked flat by Kapustin. No penalty there. A pass in front. And Zagankov covers up for the Soviet Union. Novi goes after it. Luktov checks him. Now Zagankov goes after Novi. The puck rolls back to the line, and the Soviets come back. Here's Balderas moving in with Kapustin, and it's offside at the Czechoslovakian line.
Well, Kapustin, even though Balderas has had a great game, Kapustin was really upset that Balderas didn't move that puck ahead a little further. He's done a few spinoramas before he goes off here. But if Balderas moves that puck a little quicker, Kapustin gets the breakaway. And Kapustin is really upset with Balderas as he goes to the bench. But the Czechoslovakian team just putting on all kinds of pressure here. The Soviets sitting back, maybe too much so.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the game. The Soviets lead 3-1. Dvorak tries to get it out. Stopped there by Petrov, and now Mikhailov goes in behind the Czechoslovakian net. But he